Day Levy.
What up, world, man? This is Rod Day Levy here. I'm coming out the woodworks with this one right here. So I'm watching this program, and with the little bit of TV that I do watch, I'm watching this program, and I'm listening to this dude talk to his chick, and he's saying like, "Baby, you're beautiful," and da 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 da, and all that other good stuff, which is great. I mean, which is fine, but that kind of reminded me like. Have you ever been like a situation where you're either talking to one of your friends or one of your guys or whatever, and you're like, and the dude is like, "Man, dude, I like this chick, man. She like a perfect 10, and she da 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 da," hyping her up. You finally see her, you like, nah, bruh. She not. Like, your girl, no, she ain't there, right? But so, and that brought me back to a system that I developed. I developed this in like high school. Haven't really used it since then. It was a good system then. Might be a good system now. I don't know. But for what it's worth, I'm just gonna give it to you. But here is my system for rating a woman on a scale of 1 to 10. It's a 10-point scale, right? She meets these criteria physically. I guess we'll talk mentally or whatever later, but physically, this is where you gotta be. This is where you gotta be. As far as as far as your physicality is concerned. So, like I said, 10-point scale. There's gonna be 5 categories. All right, 5 categories, 2 points each category. Okay, on each category, you either give it 0, a 1, or a 2. Okay? No, I mean, if you want to do 0.5 or 0.7, or I think she's a point 0.8 or whatever, I just like to make it simple. You either get no points, 1 point, or 2 points if it's really hitting like that. So, without further ado, this is how we do it. We do from the top bottom. Okay? First of all, first category is face. Alright? If she has a gorgeous face or a cute face, or if she has the type of face that you like, she gets a 2. If she's decent, I mean, if she, she alright. I mean, she ain't the cutest thing in the world, but it's whatever. She gets a 1, and my boys, if she's smacking, she gets a 0. All right. Like I said, top bottom. So now we go to the chestal area. So right up in this area, well, I wasn't flicking my nipples. I was just showing you the chestals. But your chestal area, right? Like I said, it all depends on you. Some guys like certain type of faces, like some guys like certain types of chests, some guys like certain types of butts, some guys like certain types of everything. So it all depends on you. But now we go to the chestal area. If she's got the nice rack like you like, then 2 points. If it's decent, I mean, if it's something to look at, or maybe she's got to do that push-up thing, or like take, how girls manipulate, you know how girls manipulate us, fellas. She's got to do that to them or whatever, or they're just cool. I mean, they ain't like, they ain't. Well, then they get a 1, but for what it's worth, man, if they, obviously it's a 0, man, if they sagging, or if they're like non-existent, or, I mean, you know what it is, right? I'm pretty sure you examine plenty of females. Your third is, obviously, for a lot of my fellas out here, this would be the buttocks area, right? Like I said, different dudes like different types of butts. So for what it's worth, if she got that kaplacker, you know what I mean, she gets a 2. Or she got that nice, it ain't, but it's like that athletic, where it's like it cut. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I ain't even gonna explain that to you. That's something that you explain over a bar. But she got that nice, and you know what a nice booty is. Like, if it's a booty that looks good in all type, it looks good in sweats, jeans, shorts, skirts, swishing, and I mean, if it looks good and everything, well, she gets a 2. If it's okay, if it's decent, if it looks all right in some jeans, if it looks banging in some jeans, all right in some jeans, okay here, it's a 1, right? Or, I mean, if there's just if there's just no ass there, then, it's obviously a 0. But if you're that type of dude, I've not met this person yet, but if you're that type of dude that likes absolutely no ass, then your chick that you're looking at gets a 2, and all the chicks that got nice donkers get 0s in your book. But, for what it's worth, I've never met you. If you are that type of person, and if you are, then enjoy your popsicle stick. Now, on to the next category. That was 3 categories down. Now we're on to number 4. 4th category is proportions. All right? Pretty much, this covers everything else, right? Because we can't really talk about midsection or, for what it's worth, if you're talking to a chick and she got, pretty much how it all fits together. Right, I mean, you got some chicks that, they may have like they got, a nice chest, nice butt, nothing outrageous, but nice, is well put together. She gets a 2, right? But if you got one of them chicks that got bazungas up here and fucking faflumbas right here in the backside, well then, I mean, you get a 1 or a 0. I mean, it's all about proportions, right? I mean, if you're talking to this chick and she got legs like this, but she got arms like this long. Like, if she got, arms that look like it should be on, a 5'8" chick, but she's only, 5'4", I mean, she's, walking around like Diddy Kong and shit. Nah, that shit is not hitting. Your body should be in proportion. And at the same time, this is where you can kind of take into account the midsection. I mean, if everything's fine and everything, but she got that muffin, she got that spare tire, it's I give it to you, but well then fine. I mean, for what it's worth, it's all on you. It's all on how it all gets put together. Another thing, but this ain't to discriminate against anybody. Like, if you like them big girls and I mean, everything's working the way you like it to work, then go on ahead. Big girls be getting it. What? Big girls, they be getting it. Go on ahead. Do it. This ain't discriminating against anybody. This is your personal preference for how you view a chick, how you would articulate that, right? So the last and final thing is, would be presentation. How she presents herself. You got one of them chicks that, I mean, it all depends on you, right? You got one of them chicks that, she, even if she does have it all, she's always always showing that shit off, and always, always wearing the short skirts and all. I mean, if you into that, fine. You know what I'm saying? Great, good for you. But for what it's worth, it's all about your presentation. What are you looking for? If you got one of them chicks that got everything, I mean, she like a perfect 10, but she dresses like a fucking Quaker, right? Or she's Amish or some shit, or she just stepped off the convent. Well then, you might dock her some points for the presentation. But for what it's worth, those are the 5 categories. Like I said, it all depends on what you're looking for. There's other factors that might be involved, but I mean, for what it's worth, it's an easy system. It's easy system. Rade Levy at my Twitter handle at Rade Levy, Rade Levy Facebook, Rade Levy MySpace, RadeLevy.com, Rade Levy all over the airwaves, Rade Levy everywhere and anywhere, and Rade out.